Hello students, happy to see you once again and thank you for your comments in my previous video, and actually it motivated me to make another video which will be very helpful in drafting letter complaint in class 10. Let's get into this video. Students, when I was evaluating class 10 papers, I find that most of the students are still struggling to draft a perfect complaint letter. Either they make it so negative or they complain too rude, and I don't think that this will be very helpful in your future. So I thought of making a video for you so that you can understand how to draft a very good complaint letter. I'll show you some techniques which will be very helpful. Students, if you decided to write letter complaint, then things what you have to do is keep it in mind. It's very simple. You will be designated in your question paper. Say for example, you may be a member of a club, or you may be a head boy or a head girl, or of course you may be a one who purchased a particular goods. So find out your designation and your address first. That is the first thing what you have to do, and you have to write that address in the first column, and then you have to leave a line and you have to write month, date and the year. Just keep it in mind, your teacher would have advised maybe a different method. Kindly follow your teacher, especially your English teacher would have taught in such a way like date, month and maybe the year, or maybe simply date or a day and a date and year. It can be anything. So just follow your teacher's advice and then leave a line and write receiver's address. Keep it in mind, this receiver address is the one who's receiving your complaint or to whom you are complaining about. So that you have to write as a receiver's address. Keep it in mind, if they are a higher designated person, say for example if they are a principal, if they are a curator, or if they are manager or some sort of thing, you have to use the definite article the or the. Okay, keep it in mind, and then leave a line and write dear sir by madam. There is no restriction in writing both, because we may not know it is a masculine or a feminine gender, so better go with dear sir by madam. And then you have to write your subject. Keep it in mind, when you are writing a subject, it need not to be a sentence, it can be a phrase, and it should contain that you are complaining about this particular issue. Then keep it in mind, your writing should be drafted or structured in a 3-para structure. When I say 3-para structure, keep it in mind, in para number 1 you have to introduce yourself. If you purchase any goods from a shop, then you address it in such a way that you bought this particular item from the shop on this date from this particular person, or you know the salesperson and this particular person, and you have to specify the bill date and the receipt address, the amount and everything. Suppose if it is an electronic item, try to mention the model numbers. That is very important. So it is the perfect start for your letter complaint. These are all things you have to write. So the details should be in your first para. Then in second paragraph you have to elaborate your complaint. Keep it in mind, it should be specific. Please do not write any negative things in your when you're complaining. Carry yourself very decently when you're complaining. Keep it in mind, you are a student and the evaluator very well knows that you are a student. So with this light you have to write or draft a letter. Please do not write any negative things, and please do not put down the company's name just because they gave a product which is not that good. And in para number 3, keep it in mind, you can ask for their help first. If you are experiencing any malfunction in that particular item, then you can ask for a help. And you are experiencing some other things, then you can give your suggestion that the company can do like this or that, or something, some suggestions also you can give. But keep it in mind, you are writing a level 1 complaint letter, which means the letter which is stating that you are facing some problems. This is your level 1, and you have to keep it in mind there are level 2 and level 3 letters as well. So you're not drafting such kind of hard letters, you're drafting just a level 1. So with that in mind, you have to draft it as simple as possible. So you have to either ask for a help or you can give your suggestions in para number 3. And the last line is very important. And para 3, you have to mention your contact number and the mail address so that the company can come back to you. That is a very important detail which you have to mention it in para number 3. And the last line should be filled with positive things or with a hope that the company will come back to you or a person will come back to you. With that positivity, the letter should be completed. And when you're drafting a complaint letter, you have to keep it in mind there are some things which you should not do. Please do not be so bossy in your words. You are a student, keep it in mind. And please do not lament over the problem because you are writing a complaint letter. It will be resolved at any level. So you should not lament about the problem. And please do not criticize the management or company just because of this one product. You should not bring down the reputation of that company. And please do not be aggressive in your words. It should be sorted out within this week. I will be filing a case. No, these sorts of words not to be used in your letter. And don't be so negative about your complaint. Write whatever comes in your mind, but it should be very decent and positive as well. Yes, we understand that you are facing some problems, but please do not write any negative things in your letter. So these are all the things you have to keep it in mind. And finally, I have analyzed few question papers, CBSE question papers. In that I have find that there are only few questions which has been repeated. CBSE either gives a fridge complaint question or a AC complaint question, furniture complaints question, infrastructure complaints. It may be a building or a library or a lab. It can be anything. So such kind of infrastructure complaint problems, or it can be a negligence of the workers or chief. So even that kind of letters are also possible. And the poor maintenance of park and public places. So you'll be writing to higher authorities or to government authorities who are in charge of that. So these are the few questions which I have analyzed from the CBSE question paper. So try to find out the words which is very apt to talk about the fridge complaint. Words which is very apt to talk about the AC complaints. Some technical terms you have to frame up. You have to come up with. You can refer the net. So net will be providing a lot of good ideas for you. So find out that kind of things. And then furniture complaints, you have to be very specific. Most of the students do not know how to draft this particular furniture complaints because they do not come up with such kind of technical terms. So you have to find out those terms. Infrastructure, that everyone can write, and negligence of the worker and chief, that also to be noted. You have to find out which are all the things like water, electricity, some kind of things. So you have to come up with such kind of thing. And poor maintenance also to be taken into consideration. You can draft such kind of letter, and you have to be ready with these kind of the 6 number of different type of complaint letter which is available in the net. You can also search for those letters, and of course you will understand what is this letter complaint all about by the end of this video, I hope. So thank you for your listening. Please keep up your good work, follow me, and I'll be uploading some more videos to help you to draft letter to the editor in my next video. Thank you. Bye.